An effective and foolproof way to create more connection and intimacy in your partnership is by being vulnerable. And it's easier said than done sometimes. So today I'm going to give you 5 tips that are tangible practices that you can take into your conversation with your partner to create deeper intimacy and connection with them on a conversational level. So these tips are going to help you get to the juice in a conversation quick. So here we go. Tip number 1 is to speak the moment. Speaking the moment means to name something that you're noticing, feeling, or experiencing in that moment, and especially in relation to the person that you're talking to. So an example of this could be saying something like, wow, while I'm talking to you right now, I'm really noticing that I'm feeling anxious. Boom, that's it. That's what you say. Immediately when you say that, you drop into a place of vulnerability and expressing something that's really honest and authentic for you, and that other person can immediately feel that reach for connection and naming what's really happening for you. Anytime someone has said something like that to me, it immediately softens my stance in that, and I feel like I want to connect to them and empathize or deeper connect with them in some way. So that's tip number 1, name and speak the moment. Tip number 2 is to name a desire. In any given moment, we as human beings typically have some desire of some kind. So the tip here is to name your desire and then request and ask for it without having a demanding energy behind it. An example of this could be, say you've been interacting with someone that you feel really attracted to. You could say to them, hey, I'm noticing I'm really attracted to you, which is 1, naming what you're feeling in that moment, and 2, I would really love to be closer with you physically. Would you mind if we sit close together right now? Hoo-hoo, that's juicy stuff. Or maybe with your partner, you say to them, hey babe, I'm really just wanting some connection right now and closeness with you. Would you be willing to lay on the couch and cuddle with me for 5 minutes? That's a great way to name something that you're feeling and ask for it, and chances are you'll get what your needs met. Tip number 3 is to share impact, meaning to reveal something that you feel or think in relation to what someone said or did, and getting really specific about what that person said or did and what emotion it triggered in you. So an example of this could be saying, when I saw you smile, I felt really curious and excited. Or when you walked out of the bedroom in that beautiful dress, I just felt excited and amazed that you're my partner. Beautiful, right there. Share impact. Tip number 4 is to offer reflection. Mirror and reflect back to this person what you are seeing and hearing. Really tell them what you're seeing and then ask if it's true or not. So an example of this could be saying, when you look away, it seems like you're nervous and afraid in some way. Is that true? And that's a really beautiful way to let the other person know that you're really in touch and present and wanting to be more connected with their feelings and consider them in that moment. So that's tip number 4, offer reflection. And the 5th and last tip is to set context. Reveal the circumstances behind what you said or did. What is the background information that helps the other person to understand more of who you are as a person and your story? So an example of this could be saying something like, hey, I haven't introduced a partner to my family in over 5 years, so me introducing you to them today is a really big deal for me. Or by saying, hey, the last time I told that story was to my ex-partner, and he went and told other people and it broke a lot of trust. And so me sharing that story with you today is a big deal for me. And that really helps to set the context and help the other person and each other understand the level of vulnerability and impact that was just shared. So that's a recipe for creating deeper intimacy and connection. So these are the 5 intimacy and connection tips that I have for you today that I will say I learned in a nonviolent communication class, which I highly recommend taking. So you can always check into that as well. And if you learned something in this video and you feel like you're gonna get a lot out of it, please do like and subscribe to my channel. That helps more people like you to find it. And now it's just time to go out and flex your intimacy and relating skills and try some of these things out. So much love to you.